In the annals of true crime, some names echo with a chilling resonance, but few have cast a shadow as wide and as dark as Samuel Little. A man whose quiet brutality remained largely unchecked for decades, his horrific reign across America left an unimaginable toll. Samuel Little is not merely a serial killer, he stands as the most prolific serial killer in American history, a grim title earned through a staggering tally of lives he confessed to taking. His story is a stark reminder of the hidden horrors that can persist when certain voices are systematically silenced. Little's murderous spree spanned an astonishing 35 years, from 1970 to 2005. His method was chillingly consistent, preying on vulnerable individuals, typically women, and then moving across state lines, leaving a fragmented trail for law enforcement. This nomadic pattern allowed him to operate with a terrifying anonymity, evading detection even as bodies accumulated in disparate locations. From the sun-baked streets of Los Angeles to the bustling alleys of Miami, his shadow touched countless communities, a silent predator drifting across the vast American landscape, unseen and unchallenged. Central to the tragedy of Samuel Little is the identity of his victims. They were largely women from marginalized communities, those struggling with addiction, sex workers, or women simply existing on the fringes of society. Their vulnerability, tragically, made them easy targets for Little, but it also, and more disturbingly, made their disappearances and deaths less likely to be prioritized or thoroughly investigated by authorities. For too long, the lives of these women were deemed less valuable, their stories tragically overlooked in the broader justice system, allowing a predator to continue his spree. For decades, the victims of Samuel Little remained statistical anomalies, disconnected cold cases spread across various jurisdictions. Their murders were often misclassified, sometimes attributed to drug overdoses, accidents, or even natural causes. The systemic disregard for these vulnerable individuals meant that no single agency connected the dots, no urgent alarm was sounded. This period of impunity wasn't just a failure of individual investigations, it highlighted a profound societal blind spot, a collective turning away from those most in need of protection, perpetuating a cycle of violence that could have been stopped sooner. The tides finally turned in 2012 when Little was arrested in Kentucky on drug charges and extradited to California for an unrelated assault. It was there, while serving a life sentence for 3 murders he committed in Los Angeles, that a shocking series of confessions began to emerge. Cold case detectives, particularly those from Texas, began to connect the dots, presenting Little with evidence from other unsolved homicides. Surprisingly, Little, in exchange for transfer to a different prison, started systematically detailing the dozens of murders he had committed across the country, providing chillingly specific accounts. The sheer volume of Samuel Little's confessions was unprecedented in American criminal history. He eventually confessed to 93 murders, each one meticulously recalled, often with details that only the killer could have known. These admissions weren't just numbers, they were revelations that brought closure, or at least answers, to countless families who had lived for decades with agonizing uncertainty. This makes him the undisputed most prolific serial killer the nation has ever known, a chilling testament to his longevity as a predator and the systemic gaps that enabled his reign of terror across the country for so long. Faced with such a staggering number of confessions, the FBI launched a dedicated initiative, working with dozens of state and local agencies to verify each claim. Their painstaking work involved cross-referencing Little's detailed memories with existing cold cases, missing person reports, and forensic evidence. By the time of his death in 2020, the FBI had officially confirmed 61 of his confessions, linking him definitively to murders across 19 states. Dozens more cases remained under investigation, a testament to the monumental task of untangling his complex web of crimes and finally providing some measure of justice for the long-forgotten victims. Samuel Little died in prison on December 30, 2020, at the age of 80, taking with him any remaining secrets he might have held. His death, however, did not close the book on his victims. For many families, the confirmation of their loved one's fate, even decades later, was a profound and bittersweet moment. The FBI and local agencies continued their work, diligently attempting to confirm the remaining confessions and bring clarity to grieving families. Little's legacy became a catalyst for renewed focus on cold cases, particularly those involving marginalized populations whose cases often languish. The case of Samuel Little serves as a somber, urgent indictment of how society and its institutions can fail the most vulnerable. For decades, his victims, women from marginalized communities, were systemically overlooked, their lives treated as disposable. Their stories illustrate not just the depravity of a single individual, but a broader failure to protect those without strong advocacy, whose disappearances are not headline news. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about victim hierarchies and the need for equal vigilance and empathy for every single life, regardless of background or circumstance. While Samuel Little's reign of terror has ended, its lessons endure. His case underscores the critical importance of interagency cooperation, advanced forensic techniques, and, most importantly, a fundamental shift in how society values and protects all its members. The pursuit of justice must extend equally to every individual, ensuring that no victim is forgotten, and no predator is allowed to operate with impunity simply because their targets are deemed less significant. Samuel Little's horrific story is a powerful call to action, to listen, to investigate, and to fight for justice, universally.